So I've had this has come up three times in three coaching sessions with three individuals this week. Uh, people, I think people are feeling a lot these days. A lot of like excited, inspiring possibilities and inspiration about moving towards what they feel like they're here to do, who they're here to be, what they have to offer in this current moment in humanity's story. Um, and a lot of people taking like new steps, and the expansion that takes place, the excitement in the moment of like, okay, I'm gonna do the thing and I'm gonna start walking towards this vision that I have stirring through me right now, oftentimes also leads to a contraction within us. So when we walk the chasm over the void from what we know to what we desire, it's natural for fears to come in. And the void could be, I just hired somebody new. I've never hired anybody before, and I'm terrified that I'm not going to have enough money to pay them. The void could be like, I just left my job and I am now going to be a full-time entrepreneur, and the terror of like what happens if I lose my mortgage or I can't afford to pay for food. I've definitely been going through my own process this year with this void of like never selling a company before, pulling in all the mentors I could possibly pull in to help guide me through this like crazy unknown that I'm in. That could be the biggest deal of my career. It could be the deal that is like makes up for all of the sacrifice and effort that I've poured into this thing. So I get it. I'm not surprised this conversation is in my field because I continue to go through the expansion and the contraction and then come back to the space of expansion. Yesterday felt like a contraction day for me. And so I just did more self-care, more exercise, more of the things that put me back into the expanded space. Today I woke up and I was like, I feel really inspired about what's going to happen. Magic's going to happen today. And we all have practices that we do, and we need to prioritize the practices that we know keep us in that inspired expansion space. And whether it's a spiritual practice, a movement practice, um, there's all sorts of things that we all can do to put us into that space. And one of the simplest, uh, and this is what I became semi-famous for back in 2007, 2008, which is just gratitude, a simple practice of gratitude, which oftentimes when we're in the contraction space, we forget to do, but there's so much to celebrate. And when we focus on all the things that might go wrong or are going wrong or that we don't have yet or that we haven't figured out, we take away the focus on all of the miracles and blessings that we have in our life today. We forget to celebrate the miracle of simply being alive, which puts us back into the expansion space. We forget to celebrate that nature is serving us, breathing through us in each and every moment, and that puts us back into the expansion space. We forget about all of the people who have come before us, who have put us in the position that we're in, the mentors, the teachers, all of the hardships that we've made. When was the last time we thanked our problems for making us awesome? Chances are we haven't wrote those problems a letter anytime recently. And so all of these things put us into that space of expansion so that we can open ourselves to allowing the inspiration, the ideas, the possibilities, the contacts, the connections. These are the things that make us most magnetic to the people that are in alignment with where we're at right now. And so, with that being said, I know for certain I haven't been practicing gratitude enough in my life. Sure, we do a prayer before dinner. I wake up, I go for my walks, I thank life for giving me what I have. Um, but we're going to do a practice right now. We'll take about 10 minutes, and it's going to be to write a gratitude letter. It could be to a contact that's been popping into your head who's made a significant difference, and maybe it's time to just send them like a love note. It could be a gratitude letter to your problems that you're currently facing and how those problems are making you even more awesome and more resilient, more powerful, and for all the people that you're going to be able to impact and inspire because of what those problems have taught you and how they've forged you into who you are right now. So we're going to take 10 minutes and we're just going to write some gratitude letters. So anybody that's watching this in the future, this is your moment. Just do it. Don't do it later. Do it now. Because these are the things that we rarely ever make time for in our busy lives. And it feels like one of the most essential things for us to stay in that expansion space and to stay in the place of honoring all of the people, experiences that have brought us to this moment. And may we humbly give thanks for those things and those people and those beings and all the ancestors that came before us who sacrificed so much for us to be here right now, receiving this gift of life today. So that is our exercise today, is to just go spread some gratitude where it needs to go. So let's take 10 minutes and do that, and then we'll come circle back around and do some shares.